I asked him, I said, Sheikh, what happens when you're praying and you're just not in the mood to pray? You're just not feeling it. And I was kind of embarrassed to ask, but as soon as I asked, all the other students put their pencils down. They're like, so sometimes like we all have problems, and that's okay. Like, you're human, I'm human, right? But we have to seek remedies for these problems. So I asked him, I said, you know, what happens if I want to pray? I'm praying, but I'm just not like feeling it. The khushu is not there. Like, I'm barely hanging on. I'll never forget his answer. He said, this prayer, the prayer where you force yourself to get up and pray, might be the most sincere prayer that can be offered. I was shocked. I was like, because he kind of has an accent. So I was like, did I understand him correctly? And then I go, Sheikh, I said, I think I misheard you, Sheikh. I said, did you just say it's sincere? And he goes, yes, of course. I said, Sheikh, I'm not understanding. Can you help me understand? Because I don't understand. He said, to get up and pray when you don't feel any motivation to pray is truly worshiping Allah. It's the truth. That's why when you pray after Allah has given you what you've been making dua for, that's a really sincere prayer. One of my teachers, Sheikh Akram, he said, when you get up and pray in the absence of that motivation, you are worshiping Allah. He said, we don't worship feelings, we worship Allah. You don't worship your feeling. You don't say, okay, I feel like I want to pray, I'm going to pray. No, he goes, you worship Allah. You pray even if you have no motivation to pray. You get up, you make wudu, the water is cold, there's people, you're in public, it's not comfortable, it's not ideal, the carpet smells, you do it. So anytime you're listening to a khutbah and you can't understand, or anytime you're in a masjid and you're like, man, or anytime you're in a situation that it's not fitting you perfectly, remember that your worship of Allah in that moment is the most sincere worship.
Young people, youth, wallahi, you are in our hearts. Young people. I want to talk a lot today about young people, but we changed the topic, but I really wanted to say, young people, oh elders, oh parents, please, my brothers and sisters, show them compassion. Show them mercy. Look after them. Don't say to them bad words. Don't denigrate them. Don't tell them you're good for nothing and all those words. They have challenges far beyond my generation and yours. Wallahi, there are times, uqsimu billah, I tear, because they go through a lot. And you know, this generation, they show you sometimes that they're playing games and they're laughing or whatever. It's their way of hiding and covering up for the pain that they're going through. I get, you know, DMs and messages from young people all the time, and you think to yourself, you know, they're just being obnoxious or rude, but wallahi, in truth, they're suffering. So brothers and sisters, if you're a parent, share with your child. Start to sit with them heart to heart. Support them. Be with them. Listen to what they have to say. Acknowledge what they're going through. Try not to judge them. Understand them. Share with yourself, with them, your stories, your vulnerabilities. Don't just block it and it's all just instructions and rules and lectures. Go and do things that they like. Know what their interests are and sit with them and do it. What, they like to play games? Okay, play with them a few games. Sometimes, you know, just doing that helps. Talk to them like very open without, and tell them, say anything you like. Well, I won't judge you, son, daughter. Respect their privacy as much as you can and let them know that you're not going to shun them. That's how the Prophet ﷺ taught us. Brothers and sisters, wallahi, our children, subhanallah, our Rasul ﷺ told us to look after them, and he commanded us and he bequested us. The way he dealt with the young people was gentleness. And I know some of our children and the youngsters, they're obnoxious. I know that. And we have to be patient, my dear brothers and sisters. Patience and firm at the same time. So I'm not saying, you know, just let them do what they want. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our youngsters and keep them away from the false and challenging ideologies, from the temptations.